I'm going to record now, and then tell me when to go live.
Yeah, go live because we only have a minute. 20.
Okay. Go live. Okay, so I think we're on Facebook, Angie.
Hey, welcome Facebook land. Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody. We're excited for today because we've got a fun guest coming in the studio in just a little bit.
We do. And we have fun you.
Yay, I'm back. And you're back.
We missed you.
You were here last week without me, so
I know, but
I
snuck away in between.
I know you did. You did.
Snuck away in between.
You little sneaker.
Let's see. Well,
you do that.
I sneak. I like to sneak away.
Yeah, exactly.
I know, but I snuck away in between. I know you did. We're hearing us.
I know we're hearing.
Oh, that was you.
That was me. That's me. That's me.
So, all right. Well, in 35 seconds, we're going to be live on the radio. So we're so excited that everybody here is on Facebook.
Yay!
You know, if you're joining us on Facebook, please comment. Tell us what's going on in your lives, things that we can talk about, because we want to know what's going on out there, what you're going through, and talk with you about what we're going through. So please comment.
Yeah, and we go through a lot.
13 seconds. So
okay, great. You can remember that you can comment. We want you to comment and join in the conversation.
All right.
And we're about to go on FM, so we don't want dead air. All
right. Well, good afternoon. We're riding the wave with Angie and Kelly on KHEA radio. It's 3:08-ish. And we're so excited to have everyone here. I know that we had a missing person last week, so I've located her. Yes. Welcome back, Kelly.
Thank you. I'm glad to be back because I'm going to tell you something. Kurt dealt with this a couple of weeks ago when he was on his vacation, and I don't remember if he said exactly if it was his sciatica or not, but he had back pain and these issues, and I literally could not get out of bed from Sunday to Thursday.
Oh, it was awful.
It was horrible. So I missed being here with y'all, and it was horrible. And I'm just grateful that Thursday was the first day out of bed. I was good, and then Friday I felt great.
Well, I prayed and prayed and prayed because I want you to feel better, but don't ever do that to me again. No,
exactly.
Riding the wave with Angie and no Kelly is no fun. No. Now we did have fun. We did have Slade Lewis, and I know you missed that. He was a fabulous guest.
The show was really good, and just like every Monday now on our show, people can comment and join in the conversation and let us know your thoughts. Let us know what you did for the weekend. Because it was a good weekend. It was really hot because it was rainy and then real hot.
Was it?
Oh my! You were in Puerto Rico.
I mean, I just if you're watching us on Facebook, I'm a little bit more casual than usual because you probably can't see it, but I have a shirt that says San Juan, Puerto Rico.
You got to get the tourist T-shirt.
I did. I'm not a very big T-shirt girl, but I can do the little V-back base.
I like it.
One. But I did take two of my girlfriends down to Puerto Rico with me, and we had so much fun. My best friend Kim's. We've been friends since we were 8 years old, and
so fun.
And Vicki and I've been friends for probably getting close to 14 years now. Our youngest daughters were friends in high school, and high school is getting farther and farther away.
Yeah,
it's so funny. But we had so much fun. But there was a couple things that were really exciting while I was in Puerto Rico. I don't know if you watched the new governor being announced.
No, that was not on my radar.
It wasn't?
But it was only when you said, hey, guess what? The new governor's been appointed.
Well, and I think that a lot of our friends were very nervous, and they were like, oh, there's been, riots and stuff like that. But I just was like, we were there. We thought, they announced the new governor over at the fort. We'll go to the other side of Old San Juan, which is like 6 streets wide. Right? Well, there was no other side of the island. But it was a big celebration.
Yeah.
It was like Mardi Gras. They were just happy and excited and celebrating, and there was no danger. It was fun. We had a lot of fun. We walked on the streets. We did go there to go shopping, and the shops were all closed, so that was kind of
that's always nice. No gifts for anybody.
We did have to go back to get the T-shirt. But,
exactly. Yeah, so I'm sorry. What time do you open tomorrow?
That's right. Tomorrow.
Whenever you feel like it.
That's
okay.
right.
Well, we'll be back.
That's right. And I love to go to this place called Carly's, where Carly's Munoz used to be a Beach Boys. He used to play the piano for the Beach Boys.
Oh, that's
for
awesome.
like 10 or 20 years.
Yeah,
and
10 or 20.
Yeah, 10, 50. I don't know. He wasn't like the original Beach Boy, but that's been a long time since the 50s or whatever. And so he toured with them. He was their piano player for a long time, and he plays there almost every night. And it's a little bitty place. There's probably, 8 tables in there.
Yeah.
And,
I love that.
But I've seen him several times. And when I keep bringing people back, then he's not there.
Oh, no.
So the first night we went was when the celebration was going on. The first night we went there and he just wasn't there.
Yeah.
And they said he'll be there the next night.
Yeah.
And so we ate dinner, and the next night we were like, oh, he's here. But we went and ate dinner somewhere else down the street. And then because it was slow, he stopped playing.
Yeah.
And so we went 2 nights and we still didn't get to hear the Carly's Munoz. But if you're ever down in Puerto Rico. Anyways, a lot of fun. We also went to see the rainforest and climbed around in a waterfall. And has anybody ever out there ever been to Puerto Rico? I mean,
no,
people just
I've
don't
not.
realize it's just 100 miles from St. Thomas, so it's really almost one of the U.S. Virgin Islands.
Yeah.
It's the same.
Almost is the same.
Yeah. It looks the same. It's the same climate. It's got the same. It's the same exact water. But
exactly.
So it's beautiful.
It's awesome.
It has the rainforest. But the one thing that it has that a lot of places don't have, there's only 7 in the whole world, is the bioluminescent bay.
Yeah, I want to hear about that, because when you wrote you were going to that, I thought, what is that?
Well, most people just know about it, that you can put your hand in the water, and when you stir up the water, it becomes just like thousands of little stars. They're like fluorescent green.
Wow.
And it's the algae and the stuff. It comes from the mangrove trees.
Yeah.
So it has to be somewhere that there's mangroves, and then their stuff falls off, and the byproduct, and it has to have the warm and the this and that. And if you got our guide, you would know, because for 2 hours I had a science lesson of everything, and it was too much. I can't even remember.
You just remember you liked it and it was really cool.
While he was talking, I just twirled my hand around in the water in my kayak.
Hi, keep on talking, sir. I'm going to look at the pretty...
We just would wave, But we did kayak for 3 hours, so that's a thing I'm not used to. So that was really cool.
Oh, that's fun. Well, if you're just joining us, this is
Riding the Wave with Angie and Kelly.
And you're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. And you can actually comment and tell us what you did for the weekend. And we hope everybody had a really good weekend. I didn't have nearly the great weekend Angie did, looking at all this iridescent water or whatever you did and celebrating a new governor in Puerto Rico. But
it's quite exciting.
We're going to have a really fun show today, and we're love that you're watching with us. And we've got Kyle Jones coming on with Cryotherapy in just a little bit, and we're going to talk about all kind of fun stuff. So, Angie, do you ever wear a watch that doesn't work just because it looks good?
Well, because my other job is a flight attendant, we're required to wear a watch.
That works?
So that works, yeah. And they they'll check us like children, like, does your watch work?
Oh, really?
Or whatever. But yeah, so I if I have a watch that doesn't work, I have to take it off. But
because I have one on today, so don't ask me what time it is.
Is it? Let me see how good it looks, though.
Isn't it cute?
Oh, it's
Doesn't
so
it look
cute.
fabulous? Yeah, and so it just looks, I'm wearing it anyway.
It's bad though, because I tend to be late to places.
Yeah.
And there's something about the clock in my head that says, oh, I had to be there at 7:00, so I leave my house at 7:00. It's like 7:00. It's time to go. And I was like, I need
Exactly.
I need to maybe reset that.
Yeah.
That clock in my head to tell me to leave earlier. To be places at 7. But so I used to set my clock just kind of ahead, and I didn't know exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So, but then you find out how many minutes it is in advance, and then you're like, oh, I got 7 minutes.
I'll just leave in 2 more minutes.
That's right.
Yeah. Do y'all out there ever wait until it's just the last minute to get somewhere? Because I am famous for this in our home, and it's pretty awful.
right.
So how many of you out there wait, and are always late, like me and Angie? Because obviously we're always late.
It is. You know, my friends will just tell me 30 minutes early, so I'm there on time.
Yeah.
And I've gotten much better because at my other job, I have to be. You know, if you're 1 second late, you are late.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
And they take away your trip and you can't go.
Oh, that's all. Yeah, we don't want takeaway free trips.
Yeah. Well, no, they like if you're working, they'll take it. You know, if you're late to work, they'll take away your trip, and then you don't make money.
That's really worse. That's really worse. Well, Angie, I wanted to remind you that. Oh, good. Kurt said, cryotherapy, League City. Woohoo! We do love cryotherapy. Angie had a dream. And we didn't tell Gardy and Kurt this yet, but she had a dream that we all had a band together.
Well, it was more
and
like,
I think it's going to happen.
I don't know what happened, but we were doing a worship team at, it was like KHEA radio host day at church. And we were like the worship team, and we all sang together. And it's funny because we all sing.
Yeah, exactly.
And so it was like, I mean, I don't sing like Kelly, but it was like, it was so funny because I was like, oh, KHEA radio host day, and we, it was to introduce us to the people.
Yeah. We're gonna let them know we're doing that.
That's right. Hey guys.
Hey, look,
Gardy and Kurt.
Well, Gardy like sings and plays the guitar. He's like a rock star person. Then Kurt is like Mr. Amazingly Talented. I know he sings or does something like that. So I think we're all gonna make
he's a world acclaimed
our KHEA bandwidth or bandwidth. I don't know what I'm saying. Radio band.
Something. That's right.
Yes.
Worship team.
How many people out there listening right now, are you in a band or have you ever dreamed about being in a band?
Dream.
Let us know.
The actual dream being the operative word. Not like just I thought about it.
Exactly. Hey, Saul. How are you? Saul Balderas is watching.
Oh, hey, Saul.
Hey, Saul. And it's so funny because there's so many people that play instruments and sing and do things in our area. It's like full of incredibly talented people, don't you think?
I think that you are incredibly talented.
Well, thank you.
And you
so
can hear
much.
Kelly sing every week. Oh, I'm just kidding. I don't know where she's singing this weekend, but
hey, well, this Thursday I'm at Rupor.
There
now
you
that
go.
you said that, I'm excited.
Yeah, I saw that you did that last week. How'd that go?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. I'm excited for you to come out.
What a neat place. I love hanging
so
out.
much fun.
I love hanging out at Baybrook Mall and that outside court area. And if you have little kids, they can run around.
Oh, it's fantastic. Jude would love it. My boyfriend, Jude. He would love it. Okay, now my daddy just chimed in. He said, I'm always early because that was the way we were raised. My dad always made sure we were on time for everything. And they were there for the four of us kids.
Daddy does not want to know that you are late to things.
Yeah, exactly. And Kurt said, oh, no, Gardy said Kurt is a mediocre. Oh, no, I'm a mediocre singer. I don't know who's saying Kurt's a mediocre singer.
He said he was a world-acclaimed singer.
Yeah.
I'm going with it.
They're hilarious.
I'm going with
it. But they're like incredibly talented people. Isn't it fun that we've gotten to know them? It's exciting because you never know what they're going to do, and it's like always really good.
Kind of like their show in the morning.
Yeah, Kickstart.
You never know what's going to do. Hey, I'm kind of upset. So even though I had this fabulous vacation with my friends to Puerto Rico, I missed the 10,000 like party.
I know. Well, I did too. I didn't get to come because I could barely walk. And I said, I'll try to go Friday since Angie's still out of town, and I still didn't make it. So I was very slow Thursday and Friday. But today I dropped off a sign because I thought me and Angie missed the whole everything party.
But we're very excited about the 10,000 likes. I'd like to say that we got like 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah. Hey, we're almost up to 800. So if you're out there right now, please like
on our.
That's right, KHEA Radio, because we're the goal now. Kurt and Gardy said is 50,000 by next month.
Yeah. Kurt said September 1.
Yeah. They're not even giving us a month.
No,
okay,
that's
well,
September 1.
And then, of course, Riding the Way with Angie and Kelly, we are almost to 800 already in less than a month. We're really excited.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Excited. So thanks to all of you 800 people.
Yeah, thank you so much. And please share and post and get your friends to like us because we want to be liked.
We want to be liked. And you know what? I know this is kind of a serious subject. You know, we were talking, we want to just take a moment and and pray for the all of the victims of the 3 shootings this weekend. I was born in El Paso, and even though I didn't know that, I didn't live there for 2 years or something. I don't really know it, but it is my birthplace. I kind of connected there, and I was so just in disbelief that we have this still going on in our world. We have a community here that's still reeling from the shooting in Santa Fe right here. If you're listening on the KHEA app, the Santa Fe High School is just a few miles from where we are, and so it's a very real situation to this community and all of us here in Galveston County. And so we want to pray for those victims and their families, because we know how it affects the community. But Kelly and I were talking earlier about bullying, like we're joking that we want to be liked, but everybody wants to be liked. And if you don't feel like that, you feel like an outsider, and then people make you feel like an outsider. And my boyfriend and his girlfriend, his girlfriend, he's another girlfriend.
Okay, this is disturbing.
My boyfriend, Mike, and his daughter share a birthday this week. Aww. So happy birthday, Mike and Morgan. And I was talking to Morgan this morning, and I said, that we have all of these rules against bullying, all this zero tolerance and all of this stuff. Is high school still have mean girls? Is it still kind of a bullying situation? And she was like, it still happens. And she said it's more kind of like, this group and this group and this group. And then you kind of feel outside. And I know here we have a lot of programs that are set up. But anyway, so last year, you ran the Miss KHEA pageant.
Yes.
And I was judging the Miss Teen version of portion of that pageant just a few weeks after that Santa Fe shooting. And we were talking to the contestants in an interview process and said, and these girls are how old? From 13 to 17?
Yeah, 13 to, the teens? Mm-hmm. Yeah, 13 to 18.
13 to 18.
Yeah.
And so I said, so, obviously we've had this horrible thing here. What do you think we can do to stop this situation in schools and all of that? And almost every single girl had some beautiful answer about inclusion and how we need to look for bullying situations and make an environment of where kids could always feel included. And I wonder how much of that we're actually getting out there. But I applaud the girls that were in your pageant, because if just a tiny bit of what they say is continuing in any of their schools, then the hearts are getting bigger and the hearts are getting bigger. And I hope that that's happening, because, we're going to have to start that seed from young.
I know, I agree. And I think it wouldn't hurt to put a lot of pageant girls in charge of things, because I think that they have a lot of answers. I mean, really, seriously. Because they're in the communities and they're seeing things, and they're a lot of times they're the volunteers. They're on the front line of volunteering for whatever it is that's needed in their community or their schools. And so they see a lot of those things, like you were just saying. A lot of those young ladies have some good answers and have some things that are really great ideas.
Yeah, they were so
could be
insightful.
Implemented. Yeah, well, I agree with you.
And probably because, I said something before when we were talking about Lunar Rendezvous last week, that I had an organization of high school girls for a while that they were all community service. They planned the Christmas dance or the winter ball for the high school, but during that year that they do that, they have to do community service, and they have to pick something to give the money to that they raise in the ball. And I love that. I always say kids want to give. They just don't always know how or where or what. If they're maybe not.
I agree.
Like, obviously churches usually give you some kind of an outlet for giving. They have things you can volunteer for. And maybe if you have parents, but what if you don't have parents that do that?
Yeah, no, I agree. And speaking of good parenting, Gardy has a little girl.
Oh, yeah.
That's like, I think 3, 4, somewhere like that.
Hey, Gardy, how old is she?
Gardy, how old's your little girl?
She's at precious age.
She's
exactly. At that precious age.
Well, he was saying how the playground scares him now that he has kids. And that's a really good point. point, kind of, because it is. Once you become a parent, don't you agree, Angie, that everything changes?
Everything scares you.
Everything scares you. You start looking at everything. The McDonald's scares you. No, there's some creepy people hanging out there.
Or I mean, there's a level of I'm afraid they'll fall off the toy, or can I turn my head, or I mean, having kids is terrifying.
It is terrifying.
It's terrifying.
And it never stops being terrifying, does it?
But they are pretty fabulous too.
They are. It's really there's not a better job than being a parent. Don't you agree?
Are my kids listening or are they not listening? Hey, girls, are you listening today? So I have 3 grown daughters. A stepdaughter as well, and we had this whole conversation that started from a post that Gardy put up of his daughter that was a funny post, and my girlfriends and I were in Puerto Rico going, it makes you miss your babies as babies. You miss that whole stage. But every stage has a fabulous when they're literally they learn so much so quick. They start to talk and walk and do everything and become little humans. And by the time they're like 2, they have these little personalities, and it's so every stage brings with it excitement and fear, and
it is, and it's so true. And the amazing part is that you want to tell all these people, enjoy every minute. Enjoy every minute. It goes by so quickly. And if you're listening today, right now, you're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM, and you're now listening to
Riding the Wave with Angie and Kelly.
And if you're out there listening, what time is it, Angie?
It's
almost time for our guest, I know.
3:27.
Well, and if you're out there listening, if you tell us if you can write in like your favorite age of your child, or if your child's at a fun age, write us and let us know. Comment right here on the video and share this video, because we want people to see it, and we want you to be a part of it. And you're able to comment and just let us know what the favorite age of your kids was or is. And something funny, because that kind of brings back memories to me and Angie, because our kids are big. And Kyle
I have a grandchild.
have kids yet,
I have a grandchild. So Jude is 4. So I also have Hannah and Ava. They're 8 and 11, and they. Every age you just get a new, so you get to renew them with grandkids. You get to renew them with grandkids. But
I love that. I'll have to wait a little bit. So are we in a? When are we ready to bring on our guest?
Yeah,
are we about ready?
We see that Kyle is here, so we're gonna play a little bit of "If I Were Not Blind, We Would See North Point Inside Out." Death Was Arrested. We're gonna do that for just a few moments.
All right. Let me go get Mr. Kyle. Hello. Oh, good. How are you?
Yeah, good. Where do you want me?
Right here.
Cool.
We got you all set.
I would come up and hug, but I'm like
You're in the zone.
paranoid of paranoid that I'm gonna mess up.
We're so happy to see you.
Hi, Kyle.
How's it going?
How are you?
Doing well.
So excited. We were just talking about your parents this weekend. I went to Puerto Rico with my best friend Kim, and we grew up down the street from your mom.
Oh, nice.
Our street ran into your mom's street.
Nice.
Hold on 1 second. I need to fix something.
What, Kyle's makeup?
Yeah, Kyle's makeup just needs to be a little bit.
Yes, just a little. Your lipstick is not the right shade.
There we go. We need to comb his hair.
Okay, this disturbs me. This disturbs me that there is a Grim Reaper. Gardy, I don't know.
hysterical.
Grim Reaper's going away for my show right now.
They're funny.
They have all these tacos and stuff. I brought some fabulous gifts to you from Puerto Rico, and then I left them at my front door. So next week, we're gonna be changing up the studio a little bit. So,
Okay.
Kyle, could you talk to me?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, Facebook. So we're still on Facebook, and we now
Okay,
now
I
that
can
you're
talk even more. Yeah.
that's right.
So he's way deeper than we are.
we are now with Kyle Jones, our fabulous guest today, and we are so excited that you're watching. If you have a comment, want to join in the conversation, please do, and please share this video and let people know they can watch us every Monday from 3 to 4 p.m. right here My mom just said my favorite age was always from birth to around 4, her favorite age. But I love all ages. Hi, Nana.
See, I
Birth
love
to
babies
4,
too.
huh?
Yeah. She's very specific. 0 to 4 only.
That's
Isn't
you
that,
know
that's before
that-
you start school. So
Yeah. Exactly.
You know, Mrs. Spees, that kind of scares me. On my grandson's 4 now, so what's 5 going to bring? You know, hey,
Exactly.
my best friend's watching now, Kim. So now
Hi,
all
Kim.
all the stuff we talked about Puerto Rico. Now we have to be careful because she's watching.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm just
And
kidding.
look,
I didn't say anything.
we have
Secrets are coming out.
hi, Paula, Carol Ann, Pierre, Sarah. Hey, everybody, and hey, Mama.
Okay, 16 seconds. We're going
All
to go
right.
back on the air.
Okay, so we are here right now on 99.5 FM, KHEA Radio. We're so happy that you have joined us on Facebook. We've got Kyle Jones.
All right.
Next.
Sorry, I look so weird all bent over, but. All right. Well, we're back from our little musical break, and our room has changed a little bit.
A little bit more
Kelly-
testosterone.
Oh,
Yeah.
whoa!
There he
Where,
is.
what is that voice coming from afar?
There he is. There he is. All right, everybody's on today. On
I
now.
always think that's so funny because we're doing the microphones over here, and setting levels, and Kyle goes, "Hey," and I'm like, "Oh, whoa!"
The vocals are
That's right. It's a way different than a girl voice, and the
That's right.
male voice.
I know, and I don't even.
booming.
I don't think we've had any male guests yet.
Well,
Oh no,
I-
Slade. That's when I wasn't here.
did.
I forgot you
I
did.
had one, but
That's right.
someone was gone that day.
Yeah, I was gone.
She left me all alone, Kyle.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Thanks.
I've gotten so used to her.
Uh-huh.
I know
yeah.
it.
It's
Kinda like my
very
right-
easy-
she's
very
like my
easy
right
to
arm.
do that. Yeah. You're like, Kelly's here.
I don't.
I know.
It was kind of weird. I'm sure you watched last week, and I was like, "Hey, I'm Angie. I'm Kelly. Hey, I'm Angie. I'm Kelly." No.
Exactly. Well, gosh. Okay, so if you were just tuning in, this is
Riding the Wave with Angie and Kelly
on KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. And we just had Mr. Freeze walk in.
Mr.
Mr.
Freeze.
Cool Kid.
We're chilling out
right
now.
there. We are chilling out. We could go on and on with
and
this.
hold on, it's 3:33 because I know you don't have a watch.
I do, but it just looks good. It's not meant to tell time. It just looks good.
Looks
There
really
for
good.
aesthetic
Yeah.
purposes.
Yeah, exactly. So we are really excited today because Kyle, I started thinking about how long I've known you
I
now,
know.
and it's been almost 3 years. And it has never been dull moment knowing this guy. He is in everything and does so much. And Angie, I know you know Kyle. It's just really exciting. And I would love if you're just tuning in or if you've never heard of cryotherapy, Kyle, what is it? It's not cryo.
Right, it's not cryogenic.
Cryo-
You're not taking
we're not
off
freezing
heads.
dead bodies. Yeah,
Not taking-
I'll never
because-
forget this. The first month or two we opened, a guy kind of came in a little worried, like he didn't know what he was going to see. And I'm like, I promise you, we're all alive. We're all alive.
Cutting off heads and sticking
I
on
think that's all.
Well,
but
you
don't
know-
go in that door.
Yeah,
But
employees only.
your mom invited all her friends
Yeah.
on Facebook to your opening. So it's been 3 years.
Almost.
Actually, that location, we're coming up on 4 in September.
In League
October.
City?
Yeah.
So so we had this grand opening, and I remember we went by and all that, but I didn't get because I was thinking I'm always cold. I don't want to be cold. I was like, I hate being cold, and so it didn't sound appealing to me at all.
I'm telling
but
you, anything below 60 degrees, and I'm not a fan of.
Yeah.
If I can do it every day, anybody can. I can tell you that right now.
But so we were talking about a lot of the reasons why you could do. So I was like riding with on the phone this morning with my boyfriend, talking to him, and he's like, "So what is iCryo?" And I was like, "Well, it does all kinds of things like your inner swelling and promotes all this stuff." And I go, "Just listen to the show."
Yeah.
Tune in,
Hey,
buddy.
yeah. I'm sorry. I'm not answering in that right now.
I was like, just listen to the show because I can't sell it as good as you
Yeah.
can. No, but so I wanted to ask a specific question. So I'm a diabetic.
Yep.
So obviously I have like nerve pain and a lot of issues with swelling and stuff in my feet. What would iCryo or what do you call it?
So
what is the
actually,
process?
We've just been talking about this the last 12 months as a company. You know, we first started out as a cryotherapy company. We were doing whole body cryotherapy. We were doing cryofacials, and the whole element behind it is just reducing the inflammation in the body to make you feel better.
Right.
Just living in a healthier way of life by feeling, right? We all walk around with some type of issue. There's no such thing as a perfect person, right? Meaning nobody's pain-free when you really look at it, right? People deal with issues, right? They're not solved. So whether it's joint pain, whether it's headaches, migraines, sleeping problems, workout-related sorenesses, you name it, serotonin releases, energy vibes from endorphin rushes, the body harnesses so many things that just hurts you on a daily basis. And so what we do with cryotherapy is we essentially shock the body with cold temperatures, 2 to 3 minutes. It's super fast, which is why people like to do it. It's very quick. And it's an immediate benefit. So it's not something you have to do for a month straight before you see something. We always have some type of success story right off the first session. And I always try to explain to people, this day and age, we're an instant gratification society. Hello, Amazon. Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
And so it's like when we order clothes, we're looking at our watch like, where's it at? It's been 5 minutes.
And you can now take them back, like to Kohl's or whatever.
Yep.
Kim was telling me you can take them back to Kohl's, and so we don't even have to pack them up and take them to the mail and do all the stuff.
And so you look at
bad.
the world we live in, instant gratification. When you look at an issue like a headache or a migraine or joint pain, what do we reach for? The medicine cabinet.
Absolutely.
Because we know that pill is going to hit us within 10 to 15 minutes. Well, imagine doing something that was quick and as effective as that, quick in as far as the gratification from it, but it was actually good for you.
Yeah.
And so that's what I tell people. With cryotherapy, we're getting instant gratification just like the guest wants and needs, but we're not adding any type of additional synthetics to the body that medications can do to you. And we all know that over time, medications just destroy the body.
Yeah.
And so we look at a holistic, natural way to increase the well-being of that person's life, but doing it instantly.
Yeah, and Kyle, what's amazing is that, what a lot of people don't know is that some inflammation in your body is good.
Yes.
But people have too much.
That's
and
right.
it causes arthritis, it causes pain, joint pain. I mean, horrible pain. And this is one thing that I learned from you, that cryotherapy is great at helping to relieve.
That's right.
And so this is something, and there's no age limit to cryotherapy, right?
That's
you just
correct.
have to be able to see your head.
Yeah, well, not even
over
that.
the
We
thing,
have
'cause you
different
have a spot.
inserts that we put in for young. The youngest kid I think we froze, and we call it freezing.
Yeah.
for you newbies. I've put a 5-year-old kid in there. I've put 8-year-old kids. I've put, you talk about people that are in gymnastics, cheerleading. They're starting at like 4 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had some gymnasts come in that have spinal problems at age 7.
Oh, that's
and so,
awful.
Yeah, it's terrible. So, I mean, it's like, number one, their parents aren't going to take them out of the sport. Let's be real. Number two, they're already addicted to it. So let's find out something to help them through this process, right? Get them to be pain-free while they're going through these avenues in life, right? And all the way up to 80, 90-year-old senior citizens that have stents, pacemakers, insulin pumps. You talk about diabetes. Insulin pumps are completely safe inside the cryo chamber. Metal plates, rods, screws, plastic surgery, Botox, injections, fillers. The nitrogen actually acts as a repellent. So we use liquid nitrogen to cool the chamber. It hits the skin and it reflects right off. So unlike ice, where it's a penetrating, bone-chilling cold, that's what we correlate cold to, is ice, right?
Yeah.
And it's like a shivering, just a painful cold. Nitrogen is completely different. It actually reflects off the skin, doesn't penetrate the surface of the skin. It's like a brisk wind. It's not like a bone-chilling cold, so it's very tolerable. Like I said, if I can put a 5 or 6-year-old child in this, anybody can do it.
Exactly.
So how long does the effects work?
So each person's a little bit different, right? It's how the body responds to it. I've seen people have, relief of several hours up to several days. So we try to customize a membership platform to the person. The first 30 days, we want to see you as much as possible. Number one, it shows you actually how much time you can allocate for it. Number two, it actually is going to show how much benefit you can get from it. So normally if somebody comes in for the first session, I say, hey, let's try to get a handful of sessions in the next few weeks to see how much you can actually benefit from this. Because doing one session now and one session in 3 months, you're not really going to know the benefit. And I try to educate people on it's a therapy, cryotherapy. So the more you do it consistently over a steady period of time, the more benefits you gain from it. And
Kyle, how many times, for people who are not familiar with cryotherapy, how many times a week can you do this?
You can do it every single day.
Yeah, I mean, that's incredible.
I've tried to express, and now cryotherapy is becoming a lot more dominant in the United States. It's a more well-known daily service that people are seeing. It's going to be, I fully believe this, and I've said this for the last 7 years, in the next decade, it will be just like getting your Starbucks coffee in the morning.
Yeah.
How long does it take you to go through the Starbucks line? About 3 to 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Cryotherapy sessions, 2 to 3 minutes long. You're going to be in and out. We accept walk-ins every single day. We are going to be the Starbucks of cryotherapy.
Yeah. Well, if you're listening really quickly to the show and you're just tuning in, we have Kyle Jones with Cryotherapy. If you're here, comment on our show and share it, and let us know if you've had cryotherapy or if you have something that you want to ask Kyle to see if cryotherapy will help your situation. Go ahead, Angie.
Well, I was just thinking, I'm sure people like me, I mean, I've even been there, introduced a little bit to it, and I'm still thinking, well, what all uses can I have? Yeah. One day, Kelly was in okay, this is my question we were talking about today. What do you call it? A studio, a spa, a salon?
We call it a cryotherapy center.
Center.
Oh, wellness center. Yeah.
I guess
wellness center.
I was like,
right.
I don't know what to call it.
So that's what we were kind of talking about earlier. Our company started off as a cryotherapy center. Now we offer so many wellness modalities. We have medical grade infrared saunas, which are great for detoxification inside the cells. We got compression therapy, which is similar to a light massage. We have cryofacials. We're about to introduce. Can't believe I'm saying this. I shouldn't, because it hasn't. You guys are the first to know.
Okay, here we go. Wait,
here we go.
Boom.
All right.
We are going to start to introduce IV hydration therapy into our center.
What?
So yeah, it's going to be
that's crazy.
We'll have about a dozen cocktails you can choose from, some recovery hangover type stuff to performance. It's going to be a good addition to our model.
And you heard it here first.
That's right. Yeah. You did. I have not shared this. It's not even on our website.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. We feel special.
I know.
Well, Kyle, really quick, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, what I was saying is Kelly was there one day, and you were talking about getting something like for cellulite in your legs.
Yes.
What is that?
So
it was
just
awesome.
Introduced about a year ago. It's called CryoSkin. Real sexy service. We offer toning, slimming, and facials. They're phenomenal. I do the CryoSkin slimming every 2 weeks. We have a lot of women that come in and do the toning, touching up specific areas of the body where there may be a little bit more wrinkles than you like, a little bit more cellulite than you like. We tone up those areas. You can do those usually once a week. The slimming's a little bit more of a delayed factor, so we come every 2 weeks. And then we actually have direct contact facials, which are great for collagen production, increasing that red blood cell count, giving you more rejuvenated type colorful skin, a little vibrant look. And so those services we just launched a year ago, and they have been huge in the wellness market.
So Kelly, show us your legs.
Okay, well let me step out
if
a
you
moment.
guys didn't know, she's in the studio in a bikini right now.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm going to tell you something. It felt amazing, and it was like 4 minutes each leg, and I just had the top parts done, and it is a very cool treatment. It was very easy,
so
very
cool.
very relaxing, and I had so many people when I was doing it say, "How does it feel? Does it hurt? Was there any pain? What and how many times do you do it?"
Yep.
No pain at all. Felt really good, and the prices are affordable. I mean, they have different packages you can choose from. So depending on how much you want done, which I loved that you offer people different packages.
Yeah.
So that was really fun. Kyle, before we get too far, we just need to do a station identification right now. If you're just tuning in, this is Riding the Wave with Angie and Kelly, and you're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. You have something exciting that Angie and I have been waiting to hear about today.
Uh-oh.
A new investor.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about it.
We did. So I got connected with Jalen Smith from the Dallas Cowboys. Phenomenal linebacker. He was actually rated number 61 of all professional athletes on social media. He's a huge influencer. The guy's only 24 years old.
Oh, my goodness.
Phenomenal guy. I mean, I'm not talking about a football player. He's a phenomenal person. Just the way he is, he's a servant-hearted person. Got introduced to him. We did a charity event for Christmas this last year with the Boys and Girls Club. We just got randomly teamed up. Said Cryo, Jalen Smith, Boys and Girls Club. We gave like 25 bikes away. We did Secret Santa stuff. within a 15-minute conversation of me and him just kind of cutting it up, he says, man, I don't know what you're doing, but I want to be involved. And
wow.
lo and behold, he was an all-star athlete at Notre Dame University. The bowl game in his junior year, he blew out his knee. And he was told he'd never walk the field again.
Wow.
So recovery, that's his life's work.
Absolutely.
When he found out that we were a recovery-based wellness franchise company, he said, I'm all in. He bought 3 locations. We're doing a flagship location in Frisco just for him. And
nice.
He said, I'm bringing money to the table. I want to own a part of the company.
Oh,
so,
Kyle.
Yeah, it was huge.
That's so wonderful.
Very nice.
And when you work with somebody that has a servant's heart, that's so great because you know that just comes back to you.
Yeah. He gives so much. He does an entrepreneur investors company that he runs for people just getting in their teenage years, trying to learn entrepreneurship. I've never met an athlete so young and bold. 24 years old. Every
That's
time
incredible.
I talk to this guy, I feel like he's 40.
I actually thought he was older than he is.
So well
I did not
together,
know that.
So well mannered, and I give credit to his team, not his team on the field, but his management team.
Yeah.
His financial advisors, his mentors, who I've had the luxury of meeting, they're just guiding him on the right path. Yeah.
That is exciting. So just a little bit, if people are just now tuning in to the show, we've got Kyle Jones with Cryotherapy. Kyle, people are getting their kids ready to go back to school.
That's right.
And Angie and I our kids are grown. We've gone through all these things with their kids getting and all that done. And you haven't started your little bitty family yet. You do have a gorgeous wife. That's right. But, a lot of kids, and some adults, but a lot of kids deal with acne, rosacea, skin issues, things that they are trying to find some kind of relief for before school starts again. How can cryotherapy help these families?
Yep. So I can tell you right now, I wish I had cryotherapy back when I was in middle school and high school because I did suffer from acne big time.
Yeah.
I mean, it was getting to the point to where I didn't want to go to school.
Yeah.
I didn't want to see my friends. I didn't want to be around people. And, it's a very, and you talk about issues like psoriasis as well. I mean, you get breakouts. It's very, you're at a young age. You kind of get, embarrassed around people. And it's a self-confidence issue, right? And so with the cryofacials and the cryotherapy spot treatments, we can localize a specific area on the body and treat an elbow or a chin or a forehead or the neck where you get a lot of those breakout issues. And it basically helps kill the bacteria on the skin, helps replenish those pores, centralize them down to where we're actually targeting a specific spot. And so I always tell people the targeted cryotherapy treatments and also the facials, extremely affordable, as low as $10.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. And if you're listening right now, have you ever had cryotherapy? Is there somebody in your family that could benefit from this? Leave us a comment. Ask Kyle a question and let Angie and I know if you have something that you'd like us to ask Kyle for you. We'd love for you to get involved in the conversation because this is a big deal for a lot of people.
Yeah, it is. Acne is such a, and it's not just a teenage issue. That when I was getting a divorce, I used to say this a horrible thing. I used to say my ex-husband could call and I would just go, oh my gosh, my face would start to break out. It was stress related. It's like I could just feel it. Well, then I would have this, this cystic acne or whatever for 2 weeks.
And they
or
get
something.
painful. They get painful. Yeah, it really can.
Yeah, and it's embarrassing. And you're like, you don't want to go places. And we were talking about bullying earlier and stuff like that. Kids are not nice. And even though we want to grow them nicer, we still find out that, there's still a lot of that goes on. And
that's right.
How fabulous to have something that can help with that.
It is.
So tell me where you have different centers so that people can see people could come out and see so that they know if there's one close to them.
We actually have 4 locations in Houston: League City, Sugarland, Pearland, and downtown in the Heights district. We actually have a couple centers in upstate New York. We're launching Florida, North Carolina, Arkansas, Dallas, and Austin this year. We are spreading nationwide. If you knew all the cities and states and countries that were in the pipeline, It'll blow your mind. We'll be international in a couple years.
So do people have to have a reservation to go have do they have to have an appointment to go see you?
On the whole body cryotherapy, we do accept walk-ins. With it being such a quick session, 2 to 3 minutes, you're in and out really fast.
Right.
We do require reservations for the spot treatments and for the facials because they're upwards of 10 to 12 minutes long, so you definitely want to reserve your spot. For whole body cryotherapy, actually people have been kind of in your I guess daily flow of how your schedule goes, so they actually will make a reservation. It locks your position in. Nobody's going to take your slot, so I always encourage reservations across the board. Yeah. But for whole body cryotherapy, we accept walk-ins every day.
Yeah, Angie, me and you should go do a full body together. Not
That's
in
right.
one machine, but
could we do that together?
You think we could?
I need her to keep me warm. I need her to
defeats the purpose.
I'm so cold.
No, wouldn't that be fun? The facials are unbelievable.
They are.
Well,
oh my gosh.
Let's see. I'm going to do that Miss America pageant in 3 weeks. Can you just make me look young again?
Well, the nice thing about the facials,
just take the whole thing?
So women are usually prone to spending a large amount of money on facials. They're used to, there's downtime. There might be a chemical peel involved. You have to come in with no makeup. You really have to prep a lot to do it. Well, the nice thing about the cryofacial is you can come in with a full head of makeup and get the exact same benefits. So
a full head of makeup.
Right?
That's coming from a true guy.
Yeah.
Full face.
I always tell my wife, I said, how long is it going to take you to Picasso yourself?
I love it.
It's artwork.
Yeah, it is artwork, and she's fabulous without
Although you might choose a better artist.
Yeah.
Hey,
because Picasso, she may come out with one eye down
I
here.
didn't say Jackson Pollock. Just throwing stuff everywhere.
Just like that's how I put my makeup on.
Yeah, that's hilarious. So Kyle, how do people follow you on social media, and what is the phone number?
Yeah, so our phone number to the League City location is 832-905-2962. You can follow our accounts at it's going to be at I_cryo is going to be the Instagram feed, and you can actually click on all of our channels for each location off that feed. So I usually direct people directly to the corporate account. Facebook's going to be cryotherapy, and it can link to all the subcategories from that. And then our website's going to be iCryo.com.
Yeah, that's awesome.
For those of us who can't spell,
ICRYO.
See, I always think it means like I'm gonna cry because I'm so cold.
I cry. Sounds Italian.
It's a Puerto Rican thing. I just came home with the accent.
Yeah, exactly.
And I can't do accents.
That's right. And if you're listening or watching right now, you can comment right here and ask Kyle a question. You can comment. Tell us if you've ever had iCryo or cryotherapy and what it did for you. Did you have something do the whole body? Did you do a facial? Did you spot treatment? Because they're all incredible.
Mm-hmm. I was a gymnast growing up, and one of the things that after we worked out for 7 hours a day, and so ice baths were a total part of recovery. And not like you talked about gymnasts at 7, so think about a gymnast at 16 that's been doing it their whole life, 7 hours a day. So ice baths were a total part of just after workouts. Is it the same kind of idea for your body? Kind of helps you.
It is.
With a quick
I try to
recovery?
explain to people it's the same idea behind it. It's just more advanced. So I always explain to people, if you were to go get brain surgery, would you rather do it in the 1970s or in the 21st century?
Right.
They're like, oh, well, yeah, 21st century. I'm like, well, would you rather do an ice bath or whole body cryotherapy?
Well, I never wanted to do the ice bath. So
that would have been horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the most horrific thing
I remember doing
ever.
it as a high school and a collegiate athlete. 3 days a week, your coach was getting you in the ice bath. And just think about the process. You're in a bone-chilling cold tub for at least 10 minutes, sometimes 15 or 20. You got to dry off, and you're cold for another hour.
Yeah.
The nice thing about whole body cryotherapy is when it repels off your skin, as soon as you exit the chamber, your body warms you up in a matter of seconds.
Right.
So you're not chilling for another hour.
Well, and like when you have to go in an ice bath, say like I have bad shoulders, so if they want me to get in the ice bath, then I'm having to go my whole body in. It's not like it's not affecting, so you have to, everything else is freezing too, but I guess it's probably still good for recovery. But say you were talking about facials and acne spot treatments and stuff like that. So what if I had like a bad shoulder and is there any kind of treatment that is specific, or do you just do the whole body?
Yeah, you could do the whole body. Is going to give you an internal systemic reaction, so the entire body works together. If you say, hey, look, I don't want to do the whole body chamber today. I just want to spot treat my shoulder. We just spot treat one area.
Yeah, okay, well, we've got some questions. Sasha said, does it help with any joint pain.
Yes, any and all joint pain. It actually targets just inflammation in the body in general. So I usually explain to people, wherever you're inflamed, the cold targets that point of the body. And actually, you will feel it in that specific part of the body during your session. So if you go do a big chest workout, if you're a guy and you go work out your chest that day and you hop inside the chamber, your chest is actually going to feel the coldest during the session.
Wow, that's amazing.
Oh, so what you need it for? I will just point out that was Sasha Salazar. Didn't you go to high school
Yeah,
together?
That's right.
Awesome.
And my mom said I had a facial and my friends could really see the difference.
Looking beautiful.
You know, that's right. My mom is a hot mama. You know, my mom and dad actually go to the one in Sugar Land, and they love it there. You know, the great thing about cryotherapy, they do have really good locations for people. You don't really have to drive very far to find one of them, which is really nice.
Well, yeah, it sounds like you can get one from
you can
from everywhere.
And what are the hours?
So normally we're Monday through Friday, 8 to 8. Saturdays, depending on what location you go to, it's going to be about a 9 to 5, 9 to 6. And then Sundays, we are open 7 days a week. Sundays about like a 10 to 4, depending on which location you go to. So I like the 7-day-a-week deal because we are retail and we understand that people work during the week, and sometimes Saturday and Sunday is your only time off. And so, we want to be able to cater and give this to everybody, give it to the masses.
Yeah, that's awesome. And now that Jalen Smith, is that correct?
That's right.
From the Dallas Cowboys is one of your partner investors in this company. What do you see happening? What is your goal for cryotherapy the next 5 years, 10 years?
Oh, wow. It's actually right now it's really exciting. We have a couple more investors we just brought to the table that I can't announce right now because it's not.
Oh, come on. We'll do the drum roll. Come on, Ange.
That's right.
That's right. Yeah, left that one out.
He's going to come to Riding the Wave every time he has an
That's
announcement.
right.
We're projecting to have over 100 locations sold by next year.
Oh, that's amazing.
So it is. It's extremely exciting right now.
That's really, really busy.
Yeah, very.
You're really busy
very,
right now.
Very, yes.
And you're kind of a newlywed.
I'm racking up the frequent flyer miles.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's like you have a new wife, right?
I do. Yes.
So, does she a part of the business? Does she
actually no? She works for Orange Theory Fitness. She's a trainer, so health and wellness.
Yeah.
So she does the workout, and I do the recovery.
There you go.
It's perfect. She gets them in shape and then sends them off to
Symbiotic
you.
relationship.
That's right.
She beats you up for an hour. You come chill with me for 3 minutes.
That's right. Exactly.
Well, get the beautiful one for the hour.
I know.
Oh,
I know.
Kyle's beautiful too.
She's done more cryofacials than me.
She is fabulous. Kyle, so give just a quick rundown of what people could go to have cryotherapy for.
Yeah, so the list of benefits are through the wall, guys. If you're dealing with any type of beauty-related issues, any type of pain-related issues, any type of mental, physical, cognitive, sleeping, energetic, any problem that you could consider a problem during the day, anything you can think of, we can help with. I wouldn't limit anything that you're thinking that we couldn't help with. I definitely can guarantee whatever quote-unquote problems mentally or physically that you're dealing with through the day, we can definitely help.
Hey, let's touch on that sleeping thing.
Yeah, oh yeah.
How does it help with your sleeping?
So that's probably one of the biggest benefits we hear right off the first session. A large amount of your deep sleep comes from your body releasing melatonin naturally in REM sleep. That's what helps you get to the second stage of sleep. Well, sometimes your body doesn't naturally release it. It's harnessing that melatonin. Well, when we centrally shock the body with cryotherapy, it allows your body to release the melatonin naturally. So literally on the first session, that's one of the biggest benefits we hear is I slept like a rock that night.
Wow, that's amazing. Now, I have a quick question before we end the show. My husband's about to have knee replacement surgery. Once he has it, I know it, bless his heart. Is that okay for him to go have cryotherapy?
100%.
Oh, that's really good news.
Usually fresh surgery, so right off the table, the next day or the next week when you're discharged, you'll have some, stitches or some semi-open wounds. We wrap that up with an ACE bandage. We throw you in the cryo chamber. You get 100% of the benefits without any issues.
Wow, this is amazing. Well, do you have any other questions for Kyle? I've got like 20, but the show's almost over.
No,
I'm just 2020.
Exactly.
I'm just excited that I'd started to ask a question at the very beginning about specifically with diabetics. So I know that swelling is a problem all internally, a big problem with everything. So is that why it's such a benefit? Because internally it can also help with your swelling.
Right. That's exactly what it does. So it's going to target. It was originated for rheumatoid arthritis and fibromyalgia. So inflammation in the body that's at a very high level all the time. It never goes away. It's a chronic issue. to, there's a lot of illnesses or diseases that are directly correlated to inflammation. And so cryotherapy was originated to help those people that wanted to live an organic lifestyle.
Yeah,
I wonder, fibromyalgia, it seems like some people have that and they just never can find any relief, and it's medication upon medication.
Yep. No,
I wonder how
exactly.
many people know that.
No,
that
exactly.
If they have fibromyalgia, they could go, because you hear it's a swelling and inflammation thing.
That's right.
Absolutely.
But I think that a lot of people generally, I mean, I have to say here I said, I've never done it. I was at your opening. I was so thrilled for you and excited about your entrepreneurship, and I still haven't done it. You know, because I hate to be cold. I think that's it. I think
does it every day.
I know. We went on our vacation, and my friend Vicky and I, we were like in socks and sweatpants, and you know, and we know Kim doesn't get as cold as us, so we know when it's really cold, when Kim's actually putting on a sweater, because we're always cold, and it's a bad judge. You can't say, you know, I'm always cold.
Yeah.
But I hate it. I don't like to shiver. I don't like I just don't like the feeling.
I'll never forget this conversation we had. It was one of the very first guests we had in our first location, and the husband and the wife came in together, and I said, look, it's only 3 minutes. You can do anything for 3 minutes. And the husband looked at the wife. He goes, if I can deal with you for 3 minutes, I can deal with this. And I was like, oh, man. Yeah, you're brave.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
That is funny. Well, this has been awesome. We are so excited for you, Kyle, and the future of iCryo and everything that you're doing to really help people naturally feel better and look better. And it's incredible. So call Kyle if you
so can we advertise
need to do that.
You're gonna look fabulous like Kyle if you go do this. Will it make those muscles come out?
These didn't. Yeah, I was gonna say this is all cryo right here.
So this has been wonderful. So this has been Riding the Wave with Angie and Kelly, and we are so happy that y'all joined us today. We'll be on next Monday, 3 to 4 p.m., and we have had Kyle Jones with iCryotherapy. This has been awesome, and Angie dropped something.
Where is the mouse?
Oh, no. So we'll cut to the large
Hey, it'd be nice
camera.
if I could turn the radio back on.
Cryo does not help with memory loss.
It's disappeared.
Okay, so we're going to stay on Facebook real quick, just like one more minute while Angie she found it. Kyle found it. Fine. So thank y'all for watching today.
You're still going to be on for a second.
Yeah, thank you so much for watching on Facebook. Thank you for joining us today, and we've had a great time. Thank you, Kyle.
Definitely. Always have fun.
Awesome, Joe. You're going to have to come back at some point soon in the future and tell us kind of what's happening with all the new stuff.
Yeah, we need to for sure.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you know, even when they comment on Facebook after the show's over, we can still get the information for you.
Absolutely.
Kyle's super open to
you guys,
everything.
I'm very connected on social media. Guys, tag me. I'll answer any questions you have.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. I'm excited. This was fun.
Except for the missing mouse. But I can jump fast. All right. Well, we're going to leave you now. This has been Riding the Wave with Angie and Kelly. And this is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. And we're going to be leaving you at, what is the exact time? 4:03. And we're going to be taking you out today with Hillsong Worship, Who You Say I Am.
Bye.